We lost Todd Snider.
Yeah.
You guys were pretty close.
Yeah, Todd, this has been a tough one. A tough loss. He was my hero, and I'm not alone in saying that. I know it's been really moving to watch all the tributes and the stories come out, and it was just, he was such a singular figure. I think we all admired his artistic integrity and the way he lived his life. It wasn't always pretty, it was often messy, but he did his own thing, and he showed the rest of us that it's okay to do that you can do that. It's a tough thing to be in this world, to be unique, to be uniquely yourself. And as an artist, as a performer in the studio and just in life, he was just always that, and it was amazing and magical to watch. Every performance was its own unique thing. In the studio and in person, like, he was always just going for that moment, and he wasn't about going back and making it perfect. He just captured the thing. So if you're in the studio with him, a lot of times it was just roll the tape, keep it rolling, and when he feels it, he'll go do it, and a lot of times make up words on the spot. But being at a live Todd show, even if he was repeating some of the stories, each thing was unique, and wherever his mood was and his intention, that's what you got. And it was as far from unpolished and as real as you can get. So yeah, it's been tough. I've known Todd for 23 years.
You must have a good funny story somewhere about him, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, one of my favorites was I used to throw a songwriter festival down on the beach, and I had a very limited budget, and it was just all self-done. And I called Todd's agent, who has been my agent now for the last 15 years, but this was before I was working with him. And I said, what does Todd cost? And they gave me a number, and it was like much more than I could afford.
Right.
And so I did what you're not supposed to do, and I emailed Todd directly and said, here's my situation, man. Anything you can do? And he said, if you'll give me a golf cart with my name on it and an ounce of weed, I'll come play. And so he and Elvis, his tour manager at the time, flew from Nashville to Houston, rented a car, drove 2 hours, came down, and we had a golf cart that said Todd Snider Rules on it, and handed him an ounce of weed. And, you know, he lost a bunch of money to come down there and do that, and then put on the most incredible show under really challenging circumstances. And I don't think I have anybody else that would do that, and just told me a lot about him and what was important to him.
That's an awesome story. I had never met him, but I did see him, many times over the years. The last time I saw him, he opened up for John Prine in 2019. He duetted a little bit, sang with John, and it was a great night.
Yeah, he was a link to a lot of those guys, Prine and Christopherson and Billy Joe Shaver and Jerry Jeff Walker and Jimmy Buffett and, so many of my heroes. And it was always special to me when Todd would tell me advice that Christopherson gave him or something that Prine said or did. And that was a link to me to this other generation of heroes. And Todd was a major hero for me. He was a friend, but he was just somebody I so admired and respected as an artist.